Hello. In the last video, I discussed the Trail of Tears and the Civil War. In this video, I'd like to explain Reconstruction and its lasting impact felt today and its role in the development of several art forms, including the blues, jazz, boogie woogie, and gospel. Now, the story starts out with the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. His successor, Andrew Johnson, was not a sympathizer for freedmen. Actually, though he was never a rebel, him being a lifelong Southern Democrat naturally drove him to want reconciliation with them rather than Northern Republicans or blacks. To his credit, Johnson did ultimately get the Southern states to ratify the 13th and the 14th Amendment. This was not without controversy, though. Northern Republicans were most associated with black civil rights. However, they took a position against full citizenship for blacks because this would end the three-fifths clause that had long been used to disenfranchise Southern voters because blacks were easily a third of the population in the South. The Republicans realized this would give even more representation to the Southern Democrats, the very people that they didn't want having power to begin with. This led to allegations of corruption amongst the Republicans who were accused of supporting banks rather than freedmen. In their argument, these amendments would give northern these amendments would give northern banks a better shot to buy southern land and use it for railroad and other industrial purposes. Nevertheless, the 13th and 14th Amendments would be passed, and newly enfranchised voters would elect Ulysses S. Grant, and he would ensure even more protections for black people. During these few years, black people enjoyed more freedoms than had ever been experienced in this country. While the 40 acres and the mule William T. Sherman promised were never realized, many blacks were able to purchase and work their own land, and with the help of confiscated Confederate land started numerous black universities, churches, and hospitals, many of which are still stand to this very day. From Baltimore, Maryland, Memphis, Tennessee, to Charleston, South Carolina, and as far west as California and Oklahoma. Newly emancipated slaves were building fully black neighborhoods and towns with everything from banks, hospitals, barbershops, libraries, etc. The newly built neighborhoods and towns were just as developed as the white ones and often surpassed them, which led to a growing white resentment. For the purpose of this video, though, I like to focus on the clubs and the venues founded around this time, which developed several genres. While not perfected yet, the freedom that was experienced from this period, in addition to the fact that many blacks controlled their own destiny, now led to a development of several genres. It's no surprise to me that around this time is when many of the sounds we know today were developed. It wasn't all it wasn't all well, though. Democrats would eventually gain control of the government through intimidation and terrorism, most notably through the Ku Klux Klan, and control every state government after the late 1870s, passing numerous reforms designed to disenfranchise and dissolve any power the freedmen had gained. In the next video, I begin the History of Gospel series where I cover everything from the call and response to Mahalia Jackson and the Civil Rights Movement and Shirley Caesar. Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, and subscribe.